Hi everyone, I'm Harrison from Escape Trailer. If you like fiberglass trailers, this is like being a kid in a candy shop. We are at the 7th annual Florida Egg Rally and S'more here at the Spirit of Suwannee Music Park. This is our second day here. It has been absolutely amazing. We've met so many Escape owners and owners of other fiberglass trailers. We have a really fun video ahead for you. We've met with Sherri, the organizer of the rally, and we also have some interviews with our Escape owners. Hey, Harrison here. Just as I'm editing this video, I wanted to cut in to give you a quick summary of the excellent conversations we had with the rally attendees. If you want to skip to a specific conversation, this video has been timestamped below, but I recommend you watch each one. First, we spoke with Sherri, the organizer of the rally. We learned a little bit about her, what got her into planning rallies, and how she has seen the number of escapes grow throughout the years at this excellent rally. Next, we met with Ed and Tamora. Ed and Tamora purchased a Showroom Escape 5.0 back in 2019 and have truly made it their own with some ingenious modifications, including modifying the top step to increase storage space. Mike and Kathy were so generous in showing their trailer at the rally and hosting a talk on solar and generators. They spoke with us on what led them to Escape coming from a boating background and what they like about the E21C. Phil is a recent Escape 21NE owner and gave us his thoughts on Escape, the trips he's taken, and what he has planned next. Ed and Luana are the third owners of their E21C and live their lives mostly full-time in their trailer, running back and forth from Florida and Minnesota and loving every single moment. Finally, Janice is a multi-time attendee of the Florida Egg Rally and a solo traveler. She has some great insights on ordering a trailer and on traveling alone. Stay tuned, we have some really exciting content for you. Let's get started.
Hi, and here we are with Sherri McGill, our rally organizer. Thank you, Sherri, for meeting with us. We know it's a lot of work to organize a rally.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Little treat here, Canadian treat.
How nice. Snacks for the way home.
So, Sherri, this is your 7th rally. Tell us about your first rally. How many trailers were here?
Oh, that first rally happened in 2017, and there were 14 trailers here, 27 people.
And today in 2023, how many trailers?
We had 250 actually register, but then we had a lot of cancellations. So I'd say right now there's about 220, 230 here.
And in terms of Escape trailer, did you notice any change?
Tremendous change because I really wasn't familiar with Escape when I first started the rally. I think it was like the third year that I saw my very first Escape. And this year I'm told that we have 22 trailers here that are Escape.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. What got you into organizing a rally in the first place?
Very self-serving. I just had bought my fiberglass trailer in 2016, and I needed folks that I could learn from. So I started the rally with the intention of picking brains.
Oh, that's wonderful. And when you're looking at the rally, what do you enjoy most about it?
I think the thing that's incredible about the rallies is it gives people the opportunity to network with one another, to enjoy one another. I think a lot of newbies didn't realize that when you get a fiberglass trailer, you actually get a family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. We really appreciate you having us here and looking after us and just organizing this so well. Thanks for your time.
It's been my pleasure.
Thank you. Hi, I'm here with Tamora and Ed, and they're showing us a 2019 fifth wheel. And maybe just to throw out a date here, it was Thanksgiving 2019, right? What happened during that day?
I got a note from Escape because I was on their mailing list that they had some trailers for sale. Came to find out these trailers were the showroom models. And I noticed there was a 5.0 on there, only one 5.0. And I checked it out, and I checked the build sheet for it, and the price was good. And I called up Escape and asked them if they still had it, and they did, and there were a couple other people interested in it, so we made a quick decision and went ahead and put our down payment down.
Very nice. And since then, you've made quite a few modifications, and we would love to see those. So why don't we step inside? Okay, now we're inside, and the first thing that I saw when I went into this trailer was the steps. Tell us what's all about these steps, because normally they have carpet on it.
Right. They have carpet on it. We found out, and we have dogs. We have found out that the carpet would collect a lot of dirt, a lot of dog hair, and my wife found it a little bit slippery at night when she tried to come down and use the bathroom. So we said, let's get rid of the carpet. So, but what do we put in its place? We weren't sure whether the carpet or what. I decided, and we both decided to use regular wood to match. And so I had some 3/4 inch red oak plywood, and I modified it to make these steps, to take all the carpet out, take the steps out, open up the top step, which was solid, and make it a storage area, and put these steps with a clear, non-skid plastic tape that goes on here. Just buy it and stick it on so that it wouldn't be slippery. And so we've made these steps, and they all open up, and they're all useful.
I think they are absolutely beautiful. So a big compliment to your craftsmanship.
Thank you.
Loads of storage in here, and the finish is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, turning around here, Tamora. So we opened this one up. This is a bit of a surprise to us. So let's have a look what's inside.
So we keep the dishes up here, and as you're traveling, dishes fall over and it would scramble and everything. So I gave Ed the problem. I said, I need a solution. I need my dishes to stay in place when we're moving. So he researched some things, and he's a very good problem solver, and he came up with this system of dowels on thin plywood that hold my dishes in place. Now, it can all be very easily taken apart and discarded or moved if necessary. But it's just very simple dowel rods. These are pool noodles that have been cut and glued on to the platform. So just an inexpensive solution that is custom for our needs. And it just works perfectly.
And I didn't switch on the light. What happened there?
Oh, yes. That was one of the first modifications we did. He put in automatic lights that come on with every compartment that we open. The automatic lights will come on. That was one of the first things that we did when we got the trailer.
That's very practical.
Yes.
When we move to the back, I see that there's a little bit of platforms on both sides. And there's a camera looking at me. What is this all about?
Yes. Well, we travel with our dogs. And that was one of the big decisions when we went with the Escape trailer, is that we needed to be able to travel with our dogs.
Yeah.
But we needed to be comfortable when we would go out and explore, so that our dogs would be safe. And we put a camera in. It's a very inexpensive camera, about $35, works with an app on the phone. Just attaches here with a magnet. The angle can be changed, but we can catch the entire space. We have a weather station over here on this wall. We can also see that with the camera angle. So we can check the temperature outside and inside. That solution also included a digital lock for the outside door with a combination that we could, if we get into an emergency situation with the dogs, we can easily contact someone at the park to come rescue our dogs. We can give them the combination to the door. They can access the trailer and rescue our dogs.
Now, you earlier mentioned when we talked that when you made that decision to purchase a trailer, the dogs played a little bit of a role into that.
Oh, very much so. Our dogs are very much a part of our life, and we needed to be able to take them with us. We're history buffs. We like to explore. We decided in our retirement that we were going to explore the United States and Canada, Mexico, possibly, maybe make a trip to Alaska, but we had to be able to take our dogs with us.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect solution for us. Nice. Quality built trailer, but just the right size. We don't have to worry about where we go. We can get into just about any space we want to get into.
Yeah. And I should mention that the dogs that Tamora and Ed have are not necessarily the smallest one.
No.
One of them is how many pounds?
We have a border collie who's about 45 pounds, and then we have an Australian Shepherd is the young one, and he's 65 pounds. So
That's a good amount of dog right there. Yeah. Now you've done a lot of modifications. Maybe the last one that we look at today is this U-shaped dinette.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Perhaps I should ask, how did this trailer come initially when you purchased it?
Because we bought a floor room model, it came with the regular dinette with the side seats. The table was a large table, and it wasn't very comfortable. You either had to sit on one side or the other and sit straight up. There wasn't a lot of lounging that could transpire with that setup. So as we looked at different trailers, and this would have been a change had we had the opportunity to put an order in, we would have gone with the U-shaped dinette. So we decided that we definitely needed to make that change. Ed, being handy as he is, took the original table and he cut it down with the edges here, put it on a swivel. I don't know what kind of mount that is. Put it on a swivel so that we can move it around and get it out of the way. It's still usable to employ for the bed. That it still works just fine for that. If we want to get rid of it altogether, we can take it off and put it under the mattress and have the open area. So he did all of the hardware construction with it. I did the cushions, recovered the cushions and added the additional cushions necessary. This was a big comfort game changer for us.
That's fantastic. I applaud you on being so brave to take that job on. This is something we do during our production. So when we do a new build, we offer that U-shaped dinette with various modifications. And you took it on yourself and you did a fabulous job. Now, actually, there's one or two more modifications on the outside that I would really like to highlight. So Ed and Tamora, if you don't mind, we go outside and look at that one. All right, now we are outside and we'll start at the back of the trailer. We are on the driver's side. And Ed, tell us what we see here and here.
Okay. Right here, this is just a water filter. You can buy them in Walmart. And I got that because I read that some of these places don't have exactly the best water. We need to have a filter. They're easy to get. You can get them in any Walmart and put them in place here. And I also have a pressure regulator at the spigot over here so that it isn't more than 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Now these here are screens that you can buy on the internet. They're stainless steel. I put these on because where we live, we have wasps and things that get in that build nests. So I put them on here on all these vents going into, and this would be the water heater here. And then I've also put the screens underneath here to keep them from going into behind the refrigerator. And I also put them here for the furnace. Okay, this keeps any insects from getting in there and making a mess. Okay, and then on further over here, I've taken the same screens there, and because this is the switches for the landing gear, I put this over there so that if I have blocks in here or tire chocks, that they don't bump into that and push my landing gear down if I'm going down the road or something.
That's very handy. And I met a couple just earlier. They said you did something with regards to storage and a barbecue.
Yes.
Tell us what you did.
Okay. I took the front storage is above the propane tanks in the front of the trailer here. I took it and I removed, on the passenger side, I removed the side panel and I expanded that shelf out there to make that space bigger, and then it gave me enough room to put in a small grill, and it just fits.
Shall we have a look at it?
Sure, please do.
So I'll come over and I kind of kneel so you can explain this here.
Okay, what I did here, I took this panel, there's two panels up here, I took this one out and I expanded the storage area out to this area over here. Now I didn't do the other side because there's a lot of the wires coming from the hitch for the truck that feed into the trailer go down through there at a diagonal, and so you don't have as much room without a lot of extra work. But this was fairly simple. And then this grill here comes right out real easy. I just slide it over, just push it back, come up, and just roll it out just like this. Just like this. And then it goes right back in the same way. And it just fits.
And so this allows you to cook outside.
Yes.
And kind of extend the usage of your trailer overall. Yes. Well done. So some of you are new to towing, maybe new to towing a fifth wheel. And Tamora and Ed, they have a brilliant solution when it comes to hitching up a trailer. Tell us about it.
Well, one of the things we did is I put a stripe down the middle of the fifth wheel hitch so that I can line it up when I'm backing straight up. And in my case, I'm using an Anderson hitch where I could put this magnetic, it was telescopic, magnetic tool from Lowe's. And I could just put it in there, and when it backed up, it would push it over. The only trouble was I have a tan-out top on here, and it would catch and would bend my telescoping rod and wouldn't work anymore. So I just took it and got some door springs and put them on there. And so now whenever I back up and it hits it, it just bends, it doesn't break it, and it just falls over, which is perfect. And then the other thing I put on here was the level so that I can back it up and find the most level spot in a site without running over my wife. The backup camera on this thing is really great. And not only for backing up, but also for seeing when you're clear in traffic, when you're making lane changes, because you know that your traffic is not right behind you. Yeah. It's their back away. So it's great for that.
It gives you a greater sense of control when you're on the road.
You bet. Yeah. Very much. A lot of control. Yes.
All right. Super. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for coming by.
And Tamora, I'm coming up here again.
You're very welcome. We're always happy to show our escape trailer.
Yeah.
We're completely satisfied having it just ecstatic.
And you have a very handy husband there.
Yes. Yes.
Compliment to you too.
Every problem I throw at him, he finds a solution for it.
Oh, nice. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Both of you.
I'm here with Kathy and Mike. They had a busy day today. Today was kind of an open house or open trailer day where everyone could look. And the first thing I would like to talk with you is you come from a sailing background, specifically Mike, right? Mm-hmm. So tell us how you made that switch to trailering.
We were trying to decide what to do, and we were thinking about doing a great loop in the boat, and we may still. But we decided that we might look at camping. We'd always had a background in camping, so we decided to do some camping, started looking for campers, and we didn't really know much about them. And I just happened across the casita, and then after doing that, getting involved in it, and looking a little bit later, and something's a little bit bigger, to do some extended cruising, we got into the Escape. And one of the things for me was the similarity in the fiberglass campers and Escape to a boat. So there's a lot of things that I already understood. I already knew the systems. You know, I understood the fiberglass. I understood the strength of the fiberglass over frame built, for example. So there's so much similarity. And then the other thing we've come to find out over time is it's kind of the same lifestyle. It's really the same thing. It's just my back deck is much bigger.
It is much bigger than on your boat, right? Yeah. Now, when you two had to choose a floor plan from Escape, you settled on the 21 Classic with the corner bed. What made you settle on that one?
I was tired of making the ninja moves, trying to climb over him at night out of the bed. It's just a nice layout. You can pass each other. You know, one person can be cooking while another person can be making the bed and not be in each other's way. But it's not so big either that it's cumbersome. You know, we like small and minimal, you know, but it's comfortably minimal, I guess.
And Kathy, when you refer to the ninja move, we have different floor plans. And this one here has a bed where you can get in and out from the front of the bed. Yes. So you don't have to crawl over. Yes. I really like that description.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when we came in earlier, Harrison and myself, you were singing and playing guitar with a friend of yours. And we really felt how comfortable that was in there. So very nice. Now, Earlier on, we were talking a little bit about the community. Tell me a thing or two about that.
I imagine it's probably the same for any of these campers, but in the fiberglass community in particular, from my experience so far, it is really a community. You start camping, casita, escape, whatever it happens to be, but you start meeting people, and before you know it, you go into rallies and things like that, and you're running into the same people all the time. Again, like boating, there's just a group of people that have similar ideas, similar interests, and it just is a community. You just keep running the same people, and of course, then you start getting comfortable with people, and you do things together, and you may have a small group, you camp together, and I really enjoy that. There's a lot to do. You mentioned the guitar. We play music around the campfire. We do all of those things, and we're just a community of friends and family that come together. And that's true with Escape as well. That may not be unique to the model or the make, but it is a community. It's a family of people that travel around and enjoy their time.
Now, you have an engineering background.
Yes, I do.
So maybe tell me a little bit about your idea of an escape. What works, what doesn't work about it?
I don't know if there's anything that I've discovered that doesn't work. Like I said, one of the things that I liked is I was familiar with boating. There's so much similarity in the design and the way it's built with the fiberglass and the systems that I was already comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I'm very much a do-it-yourself kind of person, and that's part of the engineering. So some of the decisions about getting an Escape and the C in particular, the Classic in particular, were engineering decisions. I'm very objective. I was able to put it on a spreadsheet and say, oh, this is a pro and this is a con, this is a pro and this is a con. So for the Classic in particular, a couple errors for us and for me was one, the ninja move. The bed layout is better. I think the floor plan is better. It's more usable because you have the bathroom is separated from the kitchen, so you can move around a little bit better rather than being on top of each other.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the dance right around the floor plan. The bed forward, to me, what I call the basement, the storage area under the bed, puts the weight over the tongue instead of on the other side of the axle.
Yeah.
So there are little things like that I looked at that I thought was a better floor plan.
Now, thank you very much. You're getting cold, and I know it's dinner time.
Yeah.
I want to say a big thank you for sharing your thoughts and this.
You're very welcome.
That's
We're
very.
glad to have you here. It's
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Thank you.
great.
Enjoy your
Thank you.
dinner, and all the best to you too.
Have a good night.
All right, have a
Good
good
night.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm here with Phil. Phil has a 21 NE. Phil, tell us about yourself a little bit, what you like about the trailer, perhaps one or two trips that you went to.
All right. Well, we've loved our Escape. We got it about a little over a year ago. We moved up from a Tab 400. We wanted a fiberglass, no leaks, make sure that it's solid. And turned out the Escape was so well built, it just has a wonderful reputation. And it's been a delight. We've really enjoyed it. Haven't been out that many times, but every time we have, we've had a great time. Today we're at a rally with other fiberglass campers, and there's 21, 25 Escapes here, which has been fun to see how everybody personalizes it, what the choices they've made for options, but then where they've stored things, how they arrange things, where they put the trash can and their dirty clothes. It's been really fun, but we've loved it. Have had virtually no problems with it, and it's easy to pull. Have to worry about, oh, there's a camper back there. Maybe I ought to slow down a little bit. But so, great time, great camper. Highly recommend it.
Thank you. And what are you towing this with?
We have a GMC Sierra 1500. So, again, just pulls this thing right along. You have to remind yourself you have a camper back there. So
Wonderful. Yeah. Any plans for this year or next year in terms of traveling?
We've been doing a lot of camping at Florida state parks. The only problem is you have to reserve a year ahead of time, and so it's tough to get in. But we've got 5 other trips planned this year, so we've kind of spaced them out a month, off a month, go for trips and trips. But great time. Highly recommend the Florida state parks. Manatee Springs, do the Ichituckney cruise. See Manatee right underneath you, crystal clear water. Great time. And of course, sights are great, so highly recommend it. It's going to be fun.
Is it always that cold?
No, you brought Canadian weather with you here. We went from 70s Thursday when we got here, and y'all got to enjoy a little bit of that.
It was warm.
Down to, I think somebody said 26 this morning. The water froze because I forgot to take the hose off, so it's like, oh my goodness. So, but usually it's pretty pleasant.
Very good.
And it'll warm up. You'll leave and we'll have 70-degree weather tomorrow. So,
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad that y'all were able to make it down here and that you did see a little bit of sunshine and some nice weather. So y'all have a safe trip back.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Phil.
All right. Again, Escape is built for you.
I'm here with Luana and Ed.
Yep.
And Luana and Ed come from different places of the world. Luana, where are you from?
I'm from South Florida.
So from a warm place.
Yes, sir.
How about Ed?
I'm from Minnesota and Wisconsin.
And if you know where that is, that's a cold place.
It's real close to Canada.
Now, you have a very special story, and we would like you to share it. What's special about you and your style of camping?
We're full-timers. We live in the camper full-time. So unlike other people that, pack up their camper and put it away and go in their house, we're just here all the time. Mm-hmm. And we really enjoy the space we've got. We moved up from a Scamp 16 to the Escape 21 because I wanted some more space, and I really like all the woodwork and the fit and finish and everything. Having been a carpenter for a lot of years, all that stuff's important to me. So yeah, that's, I heard about Escape and studied them a long time and wanted the 5.0. I still might someday, but I'm really happy with the 21C that we've got. It's been just a great house for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rolling house. So
Yes.
So Luana, how long overall have you been on the road?
Oh, well, we take off. We usually will stay on the road 4 or 5 months, and then we go back to Wisconsin and we live, and then we make our way back to Florida. I have children in Virginia, and he has a daughter in North Carolina, and then I have 2 sons here in Florida. So we make our rounds, and then we go back again, and we're loving it. We love life like this. It's amazing. It's like an apartment, only better, because you get to actually pack up and go again. And I've seen things I've never seen or even dreamt that I could see. It's just amazing. It really is. It's wonderful.
And are you the type who plans a year ahead, or are you just showing up at the campsite? I like it here. How do you do this?
He will just, honestly, he'll drive down the road and he'll go, this looks like a good spot. And we might end up way out in what he calls the Tulies, where there are literally skunks walking by your picnic table at night, or a nice quiet area. You just never know. But that's the fun of it, because you don't know what to expect. And you're still self-contained. You have a home. So you're not worried about where you're going to park and if it's going to be safe or not, because this is your home. It locks. It's just like an apartment. It's just on wheels.
That's wonderful. So it's doable. You can go full-time in an Escape.
Yes.
Okay, now Ed and Luana, we were talking a little bit more, and I do want to point out something. Now, this trailer here is, you are not the first owner. Tell me, how many owners did this trailer have before?
I am the 3rd owner. From what I understand from the paperwork, it was originally bought by a couple in Oregon, and then they sold it to a couple in western Wisconsin, just north of me a little bit. And unfortunately, the husband died, so we were able to purchase it. It's been around a little bit. It's got a lot of miles. I mean, this is its 2nd trip down to Florida for us. And then we go all the way back up into western Wisconsin. So, and I know the people that had it before us, I put a bunch of miles on it too. They were going to a lot of different rallies and stuff. So they hold up really good.
Thanks for sharing this. So that's a testimony on the longevity of the unit. And something very special here. We haven't been inside, Harrison and myself, but Luana said we could have a peek, and we would love to see a unit where somebody lives full time. Let's have a peek. Yeah? So I see you have a lot going on in your kitchen.
Yes.
You like your spices?
Yes. The gentleman that we purchased it from, or the lady, he had built that and the spice rack also. So
Nice.
I really thought that was a wonderful idea. And it's home. I mean, you know, we take medicines and we do this type of thing, but it's home, you know,
And you use some throw pillows there to
I do.
for comfort?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
We just like it because, well, it's home. You got
Yeah.
throw pillows in your home, so I'm like,
Beautiful.
here you go. He's not so much with the fluff. I like it.
Yeah. Now you have an oven in.
Yes, sir. We do. We have the. Sorry. We do have the oven, and I love it. And actually, there's a top. I'm not saying it right. Induction burner top that we use sometimes.
Yeah.
And I store it in there. We drive down the road and it stores perfectly. It does not move. It doesn't budge. This door doesn't come open.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Do you want to show it to me? So
Sure,
it's
sure.
an induction cooker.
Yes, sir. I
Stovetop.
literally pull it out, put it on top, move that, put this on top, and I'm good to go.
Perfect.
It
Yeah.
saves gas. But
Yeah.
we do like the top, you know, we like the burners, but this is just so perfect for us. And we do a lot of one pot stuff, so it's
Yeah.
really fast. And that's that.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for showing that.
Absolutely.
Like the little carpet here. That's good.
yes.
And then your color theme is blue, I see,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So
Yes, he likes blues and grays, and so that's what we go with.
Came with the blue cushions. and
Yes.
the gray floor. So that's
Where's perfect?
good colors for me.
fantastic. Now, I don't know about you, but this place looks very organized, very tidy, considering that you live in here for several months at a time.
Yes, sir.
Well done on getting
Thank you.
yourself so
Thank
well
you.
organized. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. We love it. And like I said before, we've talked to several people, and I would recommend this anytime. Live in it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much for sharing your story
Thank you.
and enjoy your time here at the rally.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Janice. Welcome, Janice. Thank you for taking time to meet us. We have a few topics we'd like to go through with you. The first one is, Janice, when you travel, do you typically travel with company or by yourself?
I travel alone, primarily by myself, solo traveler.
Okay.
And so, of course, when shopping for the camper and buying a tow vehicle, I always consider, that I will be traveling solo and I need to get a good setup for myself. So
Now, it looks like you have plenty of horsepower in this one. Tell us about the towing experience itself. Maybe how did you learn how to tow?
I've camped my whole life.
Yeah.
And had been through a couple of smaller units prior to that. I had an Apache years ago and then also a high-low. So I was used to the hitching up process. And then when I wanted to get back into camping, after the kids were grown and whatever, I decided that I knew the basics, but there were so many more things to consider with the new technology and the new types of hitches. Then it just turned into doing some research, YouTube, stopping at different facilities and checking out, talking to people. That's a big thing, is networking. Networking with mechanics and shops and different sales centers for the campers. And that what turned out to be a big issue, is just the networking and learning onto what experience I'd already had in the past.
So you're an experienced camper.
Mhm.
You've had different trailers before.
Mhm.
We're going to walk towards the back here of your tow vehicle.
This is an Anderson hitch. And the reason I did a lot of research on hitches, because before that I had the other type of hitches with the bars.
Yeah.
I can't think of offhand what the name was, but at my age and my strength level now, it got to be a little difficult. So I did a lot of research onto the hitches, and more seniors tend to be going to these Anderson hitches, which instead of the bars, it has these equalizing chains and a stabilizing unit.
Okay.
And for the most part, it's very easy. There's just a little trick that comes to it when you have hitching up is just hitching up. That's straightforward. But this stabilizing unit, the difference with this is when you pull back and you hitch up, this unit here, this plate, I'm going to have to scoot over here. This plate has to go onto this little unit down here. And if you see, there's a hole here. So this unit here has to go onto here, and then there's a pin that goes right through here and secures that. Now, this is the only trick with the Anderson hitch, is because you've got to pull in almost at the same exact angle of when you drop the unit, and otherwise the hitch won't go through.
Yeah.
So one of the pin won't go through. So one of the tricks that I learned from a YouTube video was just put the hitch on the ball and pull forward 6-8 feet until they're straight, parallel with each other, and then generally that plate will slip right on, and that makes it a whole lot easier.
And are you able to back up with it
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Backing up, one of the best tricks I've ever learned was from an old supervisor of mine. And he said, Jan, what you want to do, you hold your hands on the bottom of your steering wheel, and you want the back of your unit to go right, you turn right. Back of your unit turn left, go left. And that was the best tip I ever got, because that's spot on every time. Now you do have to get, because my unit is about 39 feet with the car and the Escape. So you got a little bit of, length there. So you just have to give yourself enough room to be able to swing around and straighten up.
Oh.
And other than that, but
Wonderful.
that's my concern, is when I pull into a campsite, is making sure that I have enough room to be able to get straight so that I can pull right back in. So
Good. Let's walk around here. Thank you. That was very special. This hitch setup is new to me as well.
Yeah.
And to hear the benefit for, especially for people who may not lift as heavy,
yes.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And I'm surprised, because I've talked to a lot of gentlemen. So it's not just women, it's men and women that are getting, either they have back trouble or physical disabilities of some time. And as a matter of fact, I've had some gentlemen showed me this, because this, I think, weighs together probably around 45 pounds. Whereas when you get into those larger type hitches, names escape me, you can go 75, 80, 90 pounds.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference when you're trying to hitch on.
Yes. Lovely. So let's step around here. Now we are in front of it's a 21 NE, right?
That's correct.
Now, we have met you 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Harrison, he's behind the camera.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we came to this show, not in person,
Right.
but we did a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
And I remember at that time we had this educational presentation,
Yes.
and then we had a Q&A, so questions and answers, and you were sitting in the front row,
I was.
and you had questions, and you learned during
I
that
did.
period, and then you decided to order an Escape, right?
Escape.
That's wonderful to see you here now in person
Yeah.
and kind of close the loop. There was a bit of a story how you went about to learn more about options. How did you do that?
Oh boy, let's see. Well, probably the first thing. Now, as far as just options on the Escape that you mean, or are you talking about how to decide on the fiberglass unit itself?
Well, that might be interesting too, because you had several before. But what springs to my mind is, I know you went to other owners and you said,
Yes.
show me what you did.
Yes, that was a big thing for folks that I would encourage, for folks that are going to look at fiberglass units, especially. I had my high-low, which was a fiberglass unit, liked it very much, and I knew I wanted to go fiberglass.
Yeah.
Although I still did some comparative shopping, but I did a lot of research on YouTube and whatnot. But one of the best things that I think that I've done is for folks that are looking for a certain type of camper, be it a fiberglass unit, is to come to rallies like this, and you can find them on the YouTube, even if you don't have a unit. For a couple of years, I stayed down at the local Holiday Inn and came back and forth, joined the group, and people are wonderful. They're very, very happy to show you their units, and I would go from all the different owners. They'd invite me in. I'd explain that I was in the decision-making process, and they were really happy to share with me. Well, then I would take that information, of course, and then go home and then do some more, research online. And of course, then started to get information from Escape itself. All the options that were available, what was going to fit my needs. Because one of the things that I've found is what fits my needs. I'm a seasoned camper. I knew pretty much what I wanted, but what fit my needs maybe didn't fit someone else's, or they didn't know what they want. I ran into many people, both men and women, that said they'd never camped before. They didn't know what they wanted. That gives them an ability to do some shopping around, shopping, so to speak, trailer to trailer, to talk to people, get ideas, go in the units. And then once you kind of boil it down and narrow it down to what you want, then I would actually go to your website and look at all the options, see what was going to meet my needs.
Yeah.
And then one of the best things that I did is after I decided what unit I wanted, and I decided pretty much what options I wanted, I came back to this rally again last year and went escape owner to escape owner and said, okay, guys and gals, if you were to order another one, what would you order that you didn't?
Yeah.
Or what did you order that you're not sure that you really are using? And they were great. They would say, you really want this? Don't forget about that. Don't forget about this.
Yeah.
And so that really helped me. And that was only days before I actually put my order in. So that gave me that little final, tweak and know exactly what I wanted. So that was very helpful.
That's very encouraging. And you are paying this forward so many times. I saw you today here with other interested fiberglass to be, right?
Yeah.
And you showed your trailers and you have been super helpful. And, you do this video today and you share your story.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. We've had a great time. I've had a great time with people stopping in and admiring the escape and wanting to see what it was all about. And can I take a peek in, and asking me and doing exactly what I did with other folks.
Yes.
What do you like? What you don't? Are you able to handle this yourself? Which was a big thing for a solo traveler, especially a solo traveler who might be a senior and might not have had experience before.
Yeah.
And being able to share my knowledge, it's been really fun.
That's excellent. So the family is growing. You made friends.
Yes.
And we thank you very much for your support. And we hope you have many, many pleasurable, enjoyable journeys on the road.
Thank you very much. I actually have to thank you guys as well. You guys have been very supportive. Linda Fedorik, who helped me design it, all the videos that Harrison and Carl and yourself are in, and Dustin in the service team. Everyone has been so helpful that I really do have to, kudos to you guys for putting yourself in a situation of really being a good service to your customers and everything. It's been working well, and I've been very, very happy.
Thank you. I know you make their day when they hear that. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. We had an amazing time here in Florida at the Florida Egg Rally and some more. Wonderful people we met from all kinds of fiberglass backgrounds. And I hope you enjoyed the videos and interviews we had with Escape Trailers. We are Escape Trailer and we're
Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you. Built for you.
Built for you. Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you. Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you. Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you.
Built for you.